All right, I'm live. Okay. So, for all my folks out there who, I don't know, they just can't get enough of the politics and just constantly just have to have some politics, some podcasts, some TV, Fox News, MSNBC, CNN, got to stay current. And some of you have to do it because it's really involved in your job. I have to let you know that with that environment that you're ingesting, just like if you ate a bad meal, you're ingesting all of this through your ears, your eyes, your emotions, everything is coming in. And one thing I definitely emphasize in the book that I'm coming out for everybody to read soon is about how that emotional stress affects your body. So, emotional stress, as I talk about in the book, will be generated, of course, through your thoughts, but how your thoughts transmitted into biochemical signature. Well, that's going to come through your nervous system, which travels throughout your body and innervates every muscle and organ in your body, as well as your emotions, which are mostly limbic, but also hormonal. So they become neurohormonal. So through your endocrine system, they're going to travel through your hormones. And you know these hormones. You have the good hormones, your dopamine, you have your stress hormones, your cortisols, and a whole host of other families. Know that your hormones last a lot longer. And so I tell for the fellas, definitely you need to empathize and educate yourself on the ladies so you understand what they're going through. But that's a side note. But for now, for the politics, you need to definitely balance. Politics is definitely more of if it had to be an emotion, it would evoke fear most of the time. Okay, so fear is definitely balanced by, and I'm talking from what I'm studying in traditional Chinese medicine, is balanced through laughter, fun, happiness. So you're going to have to go look for those things. You're going to have to limit how much you're intaking of the politics, the podcasts, and all of the Joe Rogans and all those uh, Brian Tyler Cohen and all the other places that you go, Fox News and in a commentary. And anytime you see the president or anybody say something or do something that is going to aggravate you in any kind of way emotionally, understand that these are actions outside of your control. So you don't have to go always and reach them as far as I'm or try to think that you have to engage in them emotionally. You can take action, and some of them do call for calls of action. I'm not downplaying that by any least of saying how you should feel. However, I'm saying how to manage those emotions and how to develop is just like you do for a meal. You don't go to you don't go home and expect a buffet, do you? I hope not. And when you go to a buffet, I hope you eat in moderation and don't eat like you're trying to be that 600-pound life. Okay. You don't have to scarf down anything. Enjoy and process. Give yourself a chance to process. And that's what I'm talking about here. Your emotions are managed by really by how you process them. And if you're taking in too much, you got your mouth full, how can you taste anything? And if your mind is full, how can you process anything? It's the exact same thing. And it transmits down the body. So it starts in the brain. Of course, it goes down the spine. And guess what the spine has? All the nerve endings come around to the front and engage the organs. And usually I find people who are emotionally stressed, they tend to hold it right here in the neck, shoulder area, because they're always trying to do this. And then it eventually transmits down to the chest, and that is a mirror image of what it looks like on the back. The back just gets real constricted and tight, right below the scapula, right below the eighth rib or the fifth rib. Okay, so you want to definitely make sure that you're giving yourself a chance to breathe. Meditate. Look up some Qigong. I can send you some Qigong links that I use. Use the 478 breathing if you're not familiar with it. I've sent an email out about that. I've also, for those who are feeling, understand that if you keep yourself stressed, you're going to lower your immune system and your defenses are going to lower down. So you're going to be susceptible to all kinds of cold, and pathogens are going to easily come into your system and you'll catch the flu. I don't care if you had the flu shot or not. You'll catch COVID even if you had the COVID shot or not. It's basically the fact that your immune system is not strong enough to fight off all the germs. And the stress is definitely going to affect your immune system. So I want you to de-stress yourself by divorcing your stress. That means turning that stuff off. Turn off your phone, turn off, you don't need to respond to everything. And then definitely take some time to actually laugh, actually have fun. Go out for a walk, meditate, get in tune with yourself, and then basically tune yourself out from those things. You got to listen to some music, you got to talk to somebody. There's all type of outlets. In other ways, you want to let it out, not try to process all that stuff in, because if it becomes in, it just stirs around like hot garbage in some kind of incinerator, or even in a dump. They just turn over the garbage, and all what comes off the garbage, heat, stink, and everything else. So you want to make sure that you are focusing on better health, wellness, and hydration and rest. So rest for me is mindfulness meditation. Not when you sleep. Sleep quality is definitely improved. It's definitely proof that you need to have that as well. Okay, so if you're not getting your 7+ hours of 5-hour REM, and at least giving yourself no TV, no cell phone, and no lights whenever you go to sleep, then and you're not getting that rest, that's going to contribute also to the next day. So stay hydrated, my friend. Stay stress free, and remember the last part that I always talk about, and that I'm gonna continue to talk about, is remember how to let it go. So if you hear somebody tell you to relax, remember I told you, relax just means let it go. Okay? And I'll talk to you soon. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a message.